Hello folks, I'm Ed Overstreet and welcome to the Night Sky Imaging YouTube channel, and I'm imaging the sun again for the second day in a row. I was doing a time lapse yesterday and had cable, camera, computer, laptop ports, COM port issues. It took me an hour or two to sort things out, and frustrated, and this is the hobby, and that's goes with the territory. So I'm out again, and fingers crossed it's a little smoother today. Um, so let's head outside. I'll show you what telescopes I'm going to be using, and same ones, but in case you're new to the channel, I've got the Solar Scout mounted on top of a refractor. This is the Astrotech 65 EDQ. Attached to that is a moonlight focuser. Attached to that is the quark chromosphere. There is a tilt adapter, an IR UV cut filter, and then I have an ASI 174 monochrome camera. This is an old picture. It still shows the rig runner. I've replaced the rig runner and a USB hub that was on the other side with the Pegasus Ultimate Power Box version 2s, and I love them. Both the Solar Scout and the refractor have a quark chromosphere mounted between the camera and the telescope. The camera on top is a 183 ASI 533 one-shot color MC camera. So let's go outside and see what's going on. I wanted to show you my clear skies. I'm logging on to the it failed. Why does it fail to log on? I'm connected to an outside camera. Wi-Fi is the reason, and it is a long way away. Heck with it. The skies are extremely clear, and I did want to show you why I say it's so active. You can go just about to any part of the sun, and there are flares, palms coming off of the rim. But this particular area right here, I started imaging yesterday when it was kind of over here, and it's just got my attention, and because you got some activity on the rim, and of course you've got this piece of real estate right here that holds a lot of promise for some activity. So I'm excited about that. Let's go back now to our kits, and I've got the Pegasus Ultimate Power Box that I was telling you about, and it is up and running. So I want to close out that. Let's go back outside. Hit the wrong button. It's going to do it again, so just hang on. All right. It's 86 degrees out. Yesterday it was about 105. So we've had a little cooling, and the humidity's down some, so that's a good thing. It's actually nice to be outside, comfortable, and there's a little breeze. It's not enough to cause any problems, but there's a breeze. Let's open up Fire Capture. I have already been outside and connected the cameras the mount to the laptop, and I've gone ahead and I've centered it on the sun. So as we open this up, we should be able to see the sun. It's loading. There you go. Let's bring the exposure. Well, actually, let's bring the exposure down a little bit, and let's raise the gain up a lot a bit, because I want to go around the sun and take a My dog has his food down, and my other dog has come up to check it out. So there are some difficulties. All right, we're going to kind of spin around the moon. Let's speed up this. Let's go to 16 times sidereal. And so we don't up. Okay, we're surely out of focus, but this is where I'm going to want an image. Just 1 second. My dog's telling me he's got to go out. I'm going to leave it right there and I'll be right back. Come on, Annie. Come on, Annie. Let's go. Annie. Damn it. Are you down here? Coming up and get me, growling, growling. Okay. Dogs. Okay, but that's out of breath now. No, wrong way. Let's just keep going around the sun and see what's cooking. Oh yeah. Now we want to go this way. Some there. Some there. Okay. We're way overexposed, but the only reason is I'm curious as to see what's going on the rim of the sun and if it matched with the images I just saw on the web. So let's go up here. We're going to be framing somewhere around here. And let's stop. We're going to have to do a couple of things. We're going to have to, let's lower the gain to about 100. And let's raise our exposure. And we are so out of focus. So let's go down to our focus. Let's change this to, well, let's just leave it on. And let's try going out. I have no idea which way to go. But that ain't going to be it. So let's head in. The chromospheres have had a chance to heat up by now. It's getting a little better. Actually, I took flats yesterday right before everything went down. All right, I'm going to stop right there. And I do know that we have some prawns there. They're a little sharper now. We got a little better focus. Let me go back up again and I want to come up further. And let's see something. I'm really kind of looking how I'm going to frame this. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a problem doing this. Let's Go up a little. I want to get those sunspots. And stop. Now let's see if we have our proms still. Yep, we got some to image. All right. In order to help me get my focus right, I'm going to go down to my histogram and reset it. And then I'm going to go over here and look for some handles. And then I'm going to drag this over. And I'm going to make that wildly stretched clipping darks. But it gives me a little more contrast. And then I'm going to zoom about 100%. And I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to go down to my focuser. If I can scroll down. And I'm going to change this to 5 steps. Let's go in. Let's go in some more. Oh, that's better. Just 10 steps. All right. Yes, life is good. Okay. I'm going to go back and reset my histogram. And actually, that doesn't look as good there. Yeah, it does. And we're going to go back out to auto. Let's go up and make sure I still have the rim and some activity on the rim. The exposure is blown out over here, so I need to let's drop the exposure down. And let's go down. We're right here at about 90%. That's where we're going to stop. Let's change our speed to 4 times sidereal for adjustments. Let's bring up our crosshairs. We want a single crosshair, and let's move it and use this sunspot right here as a reference to recenter our target throughout the time lapse. Okay, let's go up now to capture. We're going to start capture. Stop, we're not ready to do that. I gotta get ahead of myself. Let's go to File, Sharp Cap Settings, File Names, and we're going to create a new directory on my external hard drive, and this is going to be 6/20. Wait a minute, it's 19th. I must have put the wrong date in yesterday. That's from yesterday. And 6/22, and this is going to be Sunspot. Just change the name and rim. So that's what we're going to use. So we know we've got our outside hard drive selected. If you don't, click apply, then you'll save to, it won't work. You have to hit apply. I found that out the hard way. All right. We're good. We've already drifted some, so rather than me move the mount, I'm just going to move the crosshairs because we haven't started. And again, a final check that we've got. Yep. We're going to miss these up here. We're going to have this one. And hopefully something will start here in front of our eyes over the next 3 hours. All right, back up to, let's check our histogram again. Finally, that looks fine. Let's go to capture, start capture. We're going to call this rim, SOLAR, rim and spot, and I'm going to put AM because I may do this after it transits. We're going to have, let's shoot for 500 frames. Scene's pretty good, so I'll leave it at 500 unless scene gets worse. If it does, then I'll add more frames and take a smaller. I'll take a percentage of more frames to get to combat the scene. Let's make this a 300 length. These are 300 individual AVI files. We're going to do SIR or AVI. Let's do SCR files. Let me make sure that we're doing that. So cancel. I've actually started capturing something, and what in the world did I do? I can't even pause it. That's insanity. Let's see if I can start a capture. Yeah, I can. I don't know what was going on there, and I have no idea. All right, let's pause this, stop that, and let's go to that hard drive and clean it up because I don't want, we're on this folder, and we want to delete that worthless frame. We'll go ahead and leave this up because I'll be coming back to it. And let's see. We have AVI. Let's go to 16-bit. And we have a SIR file. And it's going to take a little longer. It's okay. I'm actually going to move that sunspot down a little. I want to get more of the, to about there. So let's recenter right there. And let's go check our rim out again. We're at 11.7, so yeah, I like that better. I'm really more interested in seeing what's going on the 11.7. 11, that's fine. That's better. All right, now let's go back to capture. Start capture. We've got 500. Sync with link. We want 300, 25 seconds between. We're going to go ahead and give our, we're going to put AM first. Go ahead and type solar in. All right, 500. We want a total of 300 files, not 3,000. 25 seconds. Let's go. So we have started with our first capture. Da-da-da-do-do-do. And it is 11 minutes after 10 in Spartanburg, South Carolina. We're on a countdown of 25 seconds and we're at 10. Ready to take our second capture. And we're capturing. We have 300 of these, hopefully, between now and 1:30 when the sun transits. And throughout this time lapse, I'll walk around and leave momentarily, but I pretty much stay here and babysit this because this AVX mount has been bumped a bunch since it was last polar aligned 2 years ago. It stays outside covered up. And so we're going to have drift and declination for sure, but also have drift due to wild backlash in RA. So it's what it is. We're going to move during this preview, we're going to move the crosshairs over onto that spot. One mistake you do not want to make when you are doing a time lapse and you have crosshairs, don't click anywhere on your page or your crosshairs will jump there. If you do, just quickly go back and recenter your crosshairs on your mount like this. There it moves, so you got to come back here and reposition quickly. So I'm excited about this, guys. This could be one of the better time lapses movement wise. Rim movement, and also this filament subject to some luminosity changes and some movement, as well as this filament. And then you'll be able to see where the brightness is over 3 hours, a good bit of brightness change. We got to move the mount up a little bit and over just a tad. All right, there we go. We're capturing again. In a little while, I'll recheck my focus. Take a pause, take a 2 or 3 minute pause. I'll take a 30-minute pause between pictures and go down and eat at lunch. I'll eat quick, but let's just say 30 minutes. And I've done that over the years, and you really don't see a change in the pictures that significantly. I'm going to have to edge the mount south a little bit and east just a tad. Okay, but the sun's behaving pretty well. It's not the scene is looking pretty decent. If I go to my scene apps outside, and let's just pull up here. We're at 11 o'clock and the scene is rated 4, which is pretty good. No clouds. And so 5 is the highest, the best scene. So we're at 4. And can't go wrong with that. So let's head back. Don't want to vary too far. And we got another capture coming. And we have 291 remaining. Let's move it east a little bit. Time for coffee. I may lose you, but I'm going to try something here quickly and on this streaming software. If I lose you, I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm going to move my head away. That's better. Okay, we're going to have to go south a little bit with the see, the mount doesn't move when I click south. It's got to take the backlash out. As I said, I'm fired up and excited about the possibilities of this time lapse. So I'll try to be very careful about managing the scene, the positioning. The reason why I'm kind of anal about keeping my crosshairs in that sunspot or in a reference point is that when auto stacker aligns, and even more important, uh, when all of these converted files into TIFF files are aligned in IMPPG, you run a great risk of having a lot of your image cropped away if you don't attend to this. If you tend to this, then the cropping's minimal. And I don't want to lose anything on the rim because it's pretty tight as it is. So I'm going to have to really focus on keeping this centered during these intervals when I'm not capturing. And we're starting to capture now. And we're done. So I have noticed on watching other YouTubers doing solar imaging that a lot of them want to shoot 1,000 frames, and if the quality graph says that 50% of their frames are above the line, that they keep 50%, you just don't need that many. And you can take 30 frames from you can keep 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10% of 500 frames and keep 20, 30, 40, 50, and it makes a nice image. So we're now capturing again. After this next image, I'm going to pause it. I'm going to disconnect this camera, and I'm going to reconnect the Solar Scout. I'm going to take a different view that encompasses the entire disk, and I want to see what I see. So after this finishes capturing, I'm going to recenter, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, let's move it over west, give it east a nudge. All right, we're going to go up to, we're at 283, so let's cancel. We'll come back and put 283 in, and let's go to the 533 camera. And I can't move those crosshairs. Okay, this is a little different oriented, and I don't want to move the mount because they're riding on top of each other, but this is where I'm imaging down here, so that's pretty cool. Let's go back up. This is the Solar Scout. That's probably could use a little focus adjustment too, but I have to do that by going outside to the mount. It's a helica focuser, and it makes pretty tough. All right, we got to bring this down to 11.7. And we can go ahead and go back to capture, start capture. This time we're at 283 left. And so we'll start it back up again. And we're looking pretty good. Well, folks, this is what I'm doing today, and I'm going to kiss you guys goodbye for a tad. And if I get some reasonable data, I'll invite you back, and it won't be a live, but I'll do a recorded processing of the time lapse. but I've got to get some good data, which I haven't had in a while. Okay, let's move this up. And then I'll see you on the next go around. Clear skies to everybody.